Hello everyone, my name is Cap and welcome back to the channel, another 7 Days to Die video. I'm doing all this on Alpha 16.4 on the PC. This may or may not translate over to consoles, and who knows if this will change in the future. What I'm going to be testing in this video, I'm going to try my best to test out, is trying to find out if there's any validity to the claims that when Wandering Hordes spawn in, or when Moon Hordes spawn in, or basically when hordes of zombies get spawned into the game, if it has any relevance based on to where you're looking. Some people have said it's based, if you're looking north, they spawn in from the north of you. Some people say if you're looking north, they spawn into the south of you. And I've never really put in a lot of time in testing it, so I'm going to try my best to test this out in this video and see if I can come to any kind of logical conclusion. I think that might actually kind of be beneficial to people. So, before I get started, I want to say two things real quick, and I don't like to drone on too long because I know people hate long intros to videos, but one, just say, we just passed 55,000 subscribers on the channel, and I am incredibly humbled and appreciative of you guys for all the love and support and helping me get there. You guys are awesome. Still pushing towards that goal of 100,000 by the end of the year, and who knows, maybe we'll hit it or not. We've had a lot of growth. Welcome all the new people, truly do appreciate it. Second thing, and then we'll jump back into this, is I've said it before and I'll say it again, is that I am not an expert in this game. I never claimed to be. I'm not an authority, quote unquote, in there. I've never claimed to be. If other people have said that about me, that's their opinion. I appreciate the, the kind words and stuff, but I'm not. So, if I get something wrong in a video, know that I'm human. I don't do it intentionally. A lot of the testing ideas I get are from people like you, the viewers, or other gamers, and say, hey, I noticed something, would you try this out? And so I will try out the thing that they suggested, and then I try to add in as many different variables and situations that might arise from that. Said, hey, can you test out the distance and dart traps? And so while I'm doing that, I'm thinking, well, what about how much damage they do and drop off and all that other stuff? And so in the process, I may not think of something that you as a viewer or you as a fellow player may have come across, and I might get something wrong. It happens. I'm not perfect. If I do get something wrong and you call me out on it and say, hey, by the way, Cap, you said blah, 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 I can prove that you're actually incorrect, I will happily accept that, and I'll add it to the video description. I'll put an update in there to show the correction that I did something wrong. It happens. But if you come across as being a total dick about it and start calling me names and insulting me and threatening to do all kinds of stuff like that, that gets you nowhere besides blocked. This is a cool community to be a part of. I love helping out, and just be kind of cool with it. And like I said, I make mistakes. I don't work for the fun pimps. I don't have an insight in the game any more than you do. I'm just a gamer who tries my best to do some cool tests, and so far it works out pretty well. Okay, enough blabbing, let's get to the testing. Okay, parts of this video may come across as boring because I'm doing some basic navigation stuff. Right now, I'm going to do the LE command, which is list entities. And you can see right now, there's me, there's a rabbit somewhere nearby, and there's a boar nearby. It lists my coordinates and how much life we have. I'm going to be using this command a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn in a Wandering Horde, which you can do, just spawn Wandering Horde, all one word. And when you do that, you'll see a whole long line of things pop up here. Now I have the asterisk key pushed over here so that it stops everything actually moving. So they spawned in, but they're not going anywhere. So when I run the LE command again, I can see their actual coordinates here based on where I am. Now keep in mind, I did all this facing north. So I'm going to do a couple tests of spawning them in facing different directions and see if that has any bearing on it. So let's see, they're all right around the 1005 and negative 384. Okay, so we'll go to our map. Let's see, negative 384 is about 384 west. So we'll go, let's see, this way, 384 west, because it's left and right. Okay, so there's 384 and right around 1,000. We don't have to be exact. We can kind of, okay, so I was facing north. They spawned in a little bit northeast of me. So let's go over there and check it out and see if we can actually see them around here. Wait till our eyes lose their blurriness, and here they are. All nice and chill and relaxed, just hanging out, waiting for me to tell them that they can go again. Okay, so they didn't spawn in directly the direction I was facing. No big deal. This is just kind of a test here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill all of these guys. I'm sorry, I know, it's tragic that you don't get any more use than that. But you can see it came from northeast of me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spawn them in again, facing due north, and see if it spawns them in the same direction. And then what I'll do is obviously change directions and see if that has any bearing on it at all. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn in another Wandering Horde. I'm going to face north again. You can see all the other ones are still dead here, so let's see if it'll spawn in a brand new batch of them. Hopefully it will, and then we can check and see where these guys are actually at as well. Okay, so all of these, they're fully health here. Alright, so they're right about 480 to right about 500 west to they're kind of in a little mixed up there. Okay, so they're about 840. There they are. Okay, so that's the building I was on. So if I was facing north this time and they spawned in southwest from me. So it looks like right off the bat that idea that they are based on which direction you're facing is completely invalid. I will test it a third time just to see if we get anything different. But so far, facing the same direction, they spawned in that direction and this direction. I mean, neither one of them was a cardinal direction. So let's get rid of all these guys here. Okay, we're going to test this out one more time facing this way, and then we're going to test it out with a Blood Moon Horn and see if there's any kind of indicators as to which way that one goes. Okay, so bring up our commands here, list them all. Okay, so they are all nice and dead. Let's get our spawn in here. Alright, now let's see where they are. Alright, so these guys are at about 500 west, 830 north. There they are, they're on the road. Okay, so a little bit of map reading problem on my part, but as you can see, they're all kind of just chilling out in the road here, and they were directly west of me here. So far, looks like it's pretty much busted. Like I said, I'm going to try out with the Blood Moon Horde, but as far as the Wandering Horde, there doesn't seem to be any kind of consistency. It was northeast of me, then it was southwest of me, and then it was due west of me, and all spawning in the exact same thing. The spawn Wandering Horde is the command the game uses that runs during the day. These are the random Wandering Hordes you get there. The individual spawn zombies, I don't know how to test that because there's not a individual spawn. I mean, I can hit the spawn button this way, and you'll spawn in Sylvia and her friends and stuff right there in the middle, but they spawn in where you're looking, so it's not directional. So I'm going to get all this cleaned up, and then I'm going to see if we can get this going with the Blood Moon. Okay, I'm going to hope for the best here. This is the day 35 Horde. Now it's only going to spawn in probably 8 zombies because just the way the game is set up on here. You know, it's based on the number of hordes and all that. There's some other math involved here, so it's not going to spawn in a ton of them. But, okay, give them all a chance to figure out where they actually are, and then see if I can figure it. Now I'm facing north when all of these spawned in, so I didn't specifically do this. You see it spawned in just 8 zombies. So let's see if it tells me where they are. So we're gonna try this again here. Okay, so it's right. They're kind of mixed in. There's some at the 711, 750. They're kind of all over the place. There's not really a specific direction they're coming from. So there's somewhere between like 1508 and 1520 and 702. So they're kind of all over the place. It's not really helping much. So let's go to 7. I don't know. Let's go try. Let's see if there's a good one we can go check out here. So there's some animals involved, but there's not really a big deal. Hazmat suit dudes at 1550 and 664. So let's see if we can find him. Okay, 1550, 664. He's gonna be like right directly next to me here. Where'd he go? See if I can find him. Hello, sir. Are you over here? Oh, there you are. Sup, dude? Okay, so he spawned in literally right next to me. I was the other side of the building. He's right over here on this side. So it seems like with the Blood Moon Horde, that it kind of just spawns them all over the place. There's not a specific cardinal direction. It kind of spawns them in around you, and they kind of run towards you, which is about what you'd normally see in there. You kind of see them coming from multiple directions. Now, if they're coming from a distance, of course, they may kind of funnel in and come from more than one direction, or it looks like they're coming in from 1 or 2 directions, but I don't really think that they spawn in just all over the place. Because as you can see, you know, the numbers and stuff here, this 1440, that means it's way far east. If it's negative, it's on the west side. This is your altitude position, and 859, that is, or 659, that's north. So we got, let's say 660, 1425. So we'll go to 660. It's going to be right behind the building, it looks like. Or no, right on top of me almost. And 1459, that's like, it's right over here too. Yeah, so this like it's spawning them just kind of random places around here. So at least with what I can tell with the Blood Moon Horde here is that it doesn't matter what specific cardinal direction you're facing, it spawns them in kind of all around you. Now, when I did this based on like the Edge of the World map video and the radiation zone, they all spawned in, of course, facing sort of the direction I was coming from because they couldn't spawn in behind me. So it's going to spawn it in within a given parameter of where you are. So, all right, let's move on from this one. That doesn't seem like it really helped out a whole lot with anything. Okay, and what I'm doing now, something I've done in a previous video, but don't think I'm crazy here just jumping up and down. I got a couple furnaces going, I'm playing with the auger. I'm trying to get my heat up high enough to where it'll spawn in a screamer, because the screamers show up at random, and then they can call in their own horde. So I'm trying to see if they have a specific direction or not. See, I got my heat up, it's about 54 right now, 54%. When it gets up to 100, it rolls over, and that's when it spawns in the screamers. So I'm going to continue to make a whole bunch of noise here, and hopefully it'll get up to 100 pretty quickly, and she'll show up and we can figure out where she's calling her friends and if there's any kind of specific direction with that one or not. So we'll tune back in once we have her in place. Okay, coming up on 100. All right, there, it rolled over. Let's see if it shows here. Okay, so we see a zombie spawner spawned in. She's at 756, 818. Okay, so 756, 818. And I'm facing to the directly. Okay, so 776, 818. Is that what I said? So she is, let's see, 818 is going to be north. That's going to be this direction, and 776 is going to be over here. Let's go check it out and see if she's over there. So that is going to be behind me a little ways. There she is. Hey, woman, what's up? Oh, my God, you're ugly. I mean that in a positive way. You are one creepy girl, you know that? Okay, so what I need to do now is I need to... I swear I just heard some piano music. Okay, I need to get her. Let me see. Did you spawn in any of your friends? Let's see. Did you... Holy sweet mama. Oh, that's all the mini bikes from the previous. Okay, so... Yeah, your mini bikes show up in there when you make a little floating base like I did. Okay, so... Let me let her go. See if she has a chance to, you know, call in some of her buddies or whatever. I'm just going to let her kind of walk towards me, and hopefully I don't walk into something bad enough to where she can catch me. We're going to walk in a circle. Just want to give her a chance to kind of spawn some of her friends. Hey, there's Sylvia coming out of the corner over there. All right, y'all pause for a second. Let's see here. All right, so she just spawned in a Screamer Horde. You can see that right there. She just freaked out and lost her absolute mind. Holy cow. Okay, let's see if she spawned in anything useful. Looks like she spawned about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's see, I was facing about east when she spawned them in. Let's see, whoops. Okay, calm down, I'm sorry, it's okay. Let's see, so she spawned them in at like 6:45. Okay, so that's going to be right over this way, about 6:45. And at 8:04, so it looks like they spawned in... Let's see here, where's all your friends at? They're up here. Okay, so I'm looking at the map wrong. Okay, so it looks like there's 776. Let's see, that's about right. That's going to be right over here. Close to me. 776 and 829. That's going to be like right here. Are they literally like right over the hill? Let's see. Oh, there's a dog. There's a couple of friends of hers. A few people in the corn. Few people around me. See, you can see they spawned them all around me in a circle, so it didn't spawn in any specific direction at all here. Alright, so it looks like when the Screamer calls in her buddies, it just kind of creates an arc around you all the way around. I guess that would be considered a circle, not an arc. And they just kind of randomly pick spawn points in you, but they're not far away. You can see, I can literally see like most of them. They're all within, you know, 10 or 15 blocks of me. That's kind of creepy. So, we're going to move back over to the farm, get up out of the way. Alright, so in conclusion, for the best that I can come up with, there is no rhyme or reason as to where it spawns in. The Wandering Horde picks a random direction and spawns in a group of them in a tight little cluster there. And now one of the things I do know about Wandering Horde is it does pick a random spot to go towards, but then it picks a spot, your general direction for them to show up. And that way there's always a horde kind of coming towards you a little bit when they do spawn in. Blood Moon Horde, they spawn in kind of in a circle around you. There was no rhyme or reason to where they specifically picked. And the same thing when the Screamer freaks out and calls in all her friends for assistance, they seem to form a circle around you too. So, as far as trying to figure out the best way to determine the direction you have to be facing to get a horde to spawn in, it doesn't seem to matter. Now, if you've done specific testing and you can completely prove me wrong and you have pictures or details, you've aligned an XML file or something to prove me wrong, do let me know in the comment section. I'll throw it in the video description so everybody else can see it and we can all learn together. If not, hopefully this was educational, partially entertaining, and That's really about all I have there. So if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button down below the video. Of course, if you have other suggestions for things to test out, or if you think I should follow up with this, whatever, leave it in the comment section down below. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Thank you guys so much for your time and all the support. You guys are awesome. You have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.